Hello. Hello. All right. We're going to give everyone like a hot second to hop on here. Welcome to AMP Live. I'm going to switch my internet over. Hold on. Let's remove that bitch. Hey, here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to AMP Live, the monthly concert series that I've been running for a very long time, featuring independent musicians who are awesome. They're all members of Amplify, which is the very complete, full-bodied, I like that, the full-bodied mastermind for independent musicians. That's good, right? So no matter where you're watching, if you're in a Facebook group, on the page, or on YouTube, leave a comment, say, hey. And while we're waiting for people to hop on, we're going to do a thing. I'm going to do it publicly because why not? We do this in every Amplify call. We started it recently because we had a guest in Amplify that told us all the inner secrets, the workings of Spotify. It's really not about pitching people. It is about tweaking the algorithm. And one way to do that is have impact days. So we decided to create a playlist called Amplify Impact. And every few days, there's just one track on there. And you go and you play that track on repeat. And we give that person a lovely little boost. Hey, Samuel, nice to see you. So if you go to Spotify and you search for Amplify Impact, you are going to find this playlist. And there is one awesome, very cool song on there by Vienna Carroll. And she is our impact person of the day. So what you can do is you can just play that song. I'm singing when the sun it's so awesome. And in the bottom there, keep clicking until there's that one there. And then you can turn the volume down and just put it to the side. So during this concert, my request is you all go find the Amplify Impact playlist, like it, and every few days there's going to be a new awesome independent artist who's a member of Amplify that we are giving a super cool boost to. And the first couple of people we did this for saw like thousands of streams boost, which is awesome. And at some point the algorithm is going to be like, hey, people are talking about this and listening to this, like we should put this on a playlist. So we are working with the system. So that's what's happening first. So everyone go to the Amplify Impact playlist and follow it and then listen and love on the song, which is it's just such a cool community thing. Like this is what we want to do. We want to amplify your numbers. That's what we do in Amplify. So today we have two guests today, which I'm really, really excited about. They are both first-time Amp Livers. Jenna Douglas is going to be our first guest, and I'm going to bring Jenna on pretty much right now. We're going to have a quick little chat. We're going to hear a song, and then we're going to move on to Trevor. And it's going to be a fun little afternoon here because that's how we roll. So let's bring on Jenna. Hello, hey. Jenna.
Hey, do you hear me okay? I plugged into my microphones. Oh,
it
sorry.
Sounds good.
I have dogs.
I have dogs, too. You're tuning over there. I love it. We've got a guitar song. I'm always excited about guitar players because it's something I've tried many times and have not been able to do. So, Jenna, say hey, Come on over. We can tune your guitar in a minute. We're not going to start with the song. We'll do the song later. So let me ask you a couple questions. Like, let's get the world of Jenna Douglas. So where are you on the planet?
I'm in Santa Barbara, California.
Santa Barbara.
And I have on a live show before.
And you cut out for a second. What did you say? You have a live show?
No, have been Fly live show.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, you have. That's right. It's been a while. I was wrong. Jenna has been here before. My bad, y'all. My bad. Well, welcome back. The rule in Amplify is that you can perform once a quarter just because we have enough people wanting to come on and play. So it's like every 3 months, right? So I don't remember last week. So that means you haven't played in at least 3 months. So welcome back, Jenna. So you're in Santa Barbara. Amazing. Tell us like what's going on for you right now. What's going on with your music? Give us the goods.
Okay. Well, since we've been just kind of stuck indoors, I've been fixing up our home to a studio, and recording. So I've been recording songs about my grandmother that I wrote.
I love it.
Last time when I was on, I wrote kind of her pioneer female, pioneer woman song.
Yes.
So this time I'm not sure what I'm going to play, but
Okay, well, we'll feel it out. Maybe we can get some opinions, see what people think. Okay, so you're writing songs. So what sort of triggered this idea to write a series of songs for your grandmother?
Actually, a friend of mine and we both enjoy drinking whiskey, and I think we both she had a whiskey song, so I wanted to write a whiskey song, and it ended up being about a song because my grandmother, when she was growing up in Kentucky, helped her father with her two other sisters mind the still. And so that's what songs came about. And then it just kind of escalated from there. There was another song that I had a prompt to about the title Daylight. And I ended up writing a song about, of course, the train Daylight. It was an old steam engine. My dad was a big train buff, and so was son. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I have a train thing too. My grandfather had a train thing. I have a song called This Train. It has like train sound. I have several songs that I've recorded trains. So there's something there. Yeah, there's something magical about them. I love that. I really love that one thing turned into another. Whiskey turned into like a homage to your grandmother through song, which is just so neat that we get to sort of see this journey.
And so excited. I've got myself a graphic artist now. Because I went through your rock your email program and went through the welcome series and got the idea to a border around some lyrics. And I have this song called The Geese Story that my grandmother used to tell me, the geese getting into the fermented mash and getting so that they passed out. And so her and her sisters feathers off of the geese because they're easier to pluck when they're still warm. They woke up and they felt so bad about that they knitted all of them little sweaters to put over them.
Oh my God.
To keep them warm, I guess, until they grew back.
Okay, let me just get this straight. The geese got drunk because they got into the thing that the whiskey making stuff, which is A, amazing in and of itself. B, they fell asleep because they were so drunk, which is also amazing. And then your sister and someone else decided to pluck the geese's feathers while they were passed out drunk, which is I feel like the frat boy equivalent of like drawing on someone's face. But that's cool. And then they felt really guilty, and then they made sweaters for the naked geese. I'm like, I can't even. Like, I feel like this show can now end and we have accomplished something. That's amazing. So is that a song?
Was my grandmother. Yeah, it's called The Geese Story.
Oh, that was your grandmother and her sister, right? The Geese Story. Oh my God. Like, what a good story that is. That's such a good, and it's connecting the whiskey element of that. That's extraordinary. I love that. Yeah.
So, well, those days they shared. They didn't have cans of dog food, and so whatever over, even some of the mash that came, the spent corn mash that came off of the still, it was still fresh enough. They'd feed it to their animals and everything. But apparently these geese had gotten into some real fermented stuff.
Oh my God.
Yeah, pretty
that
funny.
Is too funny. Is that the song you're going to play for us today?
I could.
I feel like we need to hear that song. Are you willing to play? I don't often make requests, but when you hear a story like that, you're kind of like, I think I need to hear that song. All right. Do you want to play that first? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I just I'm.
You wanted to tune up your guitar, which I know is a thing
I
that guitar
think my
players.
guitar's. This is a pretty easy song. So let me. I'm going to get this a little closer.
We're gonna get all ready. We're gonna hear the Geese song, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So while you're getting ready, Shanti says here in the comments, "Whiskey, you're my darling, drunk or sober," to quote a famous folk song. Whiskey, you're my darling, drunk or sober. Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, I have this little that I play with, or this other woman that started the whole thing. We call our whiskey gals.
Oh my gosh, we got a whole whiskey thing going on here. Super fun. So I'm gonna pop off. I'm gonna let Jenna Douglas perform this song while you're tuning your guitar. Jenna, tell me, where should I send people? Where are we sending people to go online to find you? Where's the thing?
Okay, JennaDouglasMusic.com. That's Jenna with one N.
Great. I'm typing that in. JennaDouglasMusic.com. It's exactly how you spell your name here. We can see your name on the video there. I'm putting that into the chat and on YouTube. And everyone, we're going to go there. I'm just going to like love on all the stuff that we can consume, whether you're a fan or a musician. So that's happening. Yeah. And I'm going to pop off of the live stream here. And Jenna's going to play the Goose song?
Yeah, the Geese Story.
The Geese Story. I'm so sorry. The Geese Story, which we've heard the story already, but now we get to accompany it with your lovely playing and singing. So I'm so excited. I'm going to pop off and you can take the stage. Here we go.
All right. So imagine back in the early days, it's like just past the turn of the 20th century in Kentucky. I have to make sure that I hope this is that you can hear me okay. Oh, sorry. Let me try it again. My fingers are not working this afternoon. We were born in Kentucky, where the water was sweet. Our papa made whiskey and cast out the spent mash to feed the dogs, the chickens, and some cackling geese. When he went on delivery, responsibilities to keep the fire burning and cast out to feed the dogs, the chickens, and some mischievous geese. We were 1, 2, 3 little girls, make moonshine the best in the world. The fire all day long. Papa was out on a run. I stayed in Kentucky, surrounded by sycamore trees. We always felt so lucky, we were so easy. Until we found dead gasp. Noisy geese. Now the winter was fast approaching, and warm bodies pluck easierly. So we hurried to the plucking. Down feathers, they're good for the freeze. We marveled at our ingenuity. We were 1, 2, 3 little girls, making moonshine the best in the world, tending the fire all day long while was out on a run. Early the next morning, really early, I heard a cackling. Alive, breathless and angry and smelling of an old brewery. So we quickly knitted sweaters for their bare bodies. The ending of this story is about those thieving geese. They did their outlawry by stealing old mash for me until they were dead drunk, not even moving. Oh, we were 1, 2, 3 little girls making shine, the best in the world, ending the fire all day long while Papa was on a run. Our geese were having some fun. Now that's the end of our
Yay! Oh my gosh. We were like so there in that time with the geese. And I also love that you have a line about sycamore trees. I literally just planted a sycamore tree in our backyard. I'm like, I'm totally feeling this so much. So fun.
Well, you know, when you're writing a song and you don't have the full story, you kind of have to get, you know, I wanted to find out, okay, what grows in Kentucky and, you know, what kind of trees are there. And I vaguely remember my mother talking about sycamore trees. So,
oh my gosh, how
yeah.
beautiful. We've got some fun comments. Jimmy says closest emoji they have to a goose. I've got a duck emoji for you there. So cute.
Nice.
Wanda says fun. So sweet. Love this so much. Thank you for coming on again. I'm sorry I forgot that you were here before.
No
but it's a pleasure to hear stories from you. And we're going to invite Trevor on. I'm going to pop you off and everyone's going to go to jennadouglasmusic.com and go get obsessed over all of the beautiful, beautiful music that you're offering the world. It's such a pleasure to have you here.
Okay,
so thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, next up, we've got Trevor and a different instrument today. So let's bring Trevor on. Hello. Trevor, we got to unmute you. I got you. I got you here. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself.
So I got it.
There you go. Welcome. This is your first time, right?
This is my first time doing this.
Okay, I thought at least one of you was this was your first time. So welcome. Tell us, give us the nutshell. We've never met you before. We being the general public watching an Amp Live concert. So where are you in the world? Tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah. I'm in Seattle, Washington right now. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I've been in Seattle about 4 or 5 years. I'm a classical violinist. I learned classical music and I've been making my own original music for I've been writing music for a long time, but like I've only been releasing music for about 2 years now, a little bit less than that. And I've got 5 official releases. I'm working on more, 5 like songs total. And yeah, I write original music. I can't hear you, Cheryl. Sorry. I don't know if
I muted myself. So we've got all the West Coasters today. I love that. So we've got the Santa Barbara all the way up to Seattle. I love it. How old were you when you started playing the fiddle, the violin?
So I started in I was in 3rd grade. I think I was like 7 or 8 years old. And I actually started from the very get-go with private lessons.
Got it.
So was that my family's very musical, yeah.
I love that. So that was separate then. Like, you know, like I just saw a meme today that I loved. I love this meme. It was like, are you kidding me? They made me choose my band instrument in 4th grade without an attorney present. Like we're making big life, just like you stick with that one instrument for a long time. So that wasn't like the 3rd grade decision that you had to make. That was like something that was happening anyway, just because you have a musical family.
Yeah, I mean, my parents both play instruments. My mom's a piano teacher. My brother plays a bunch of instruments too. He plays electric bass and piano. We both play piano, so yeah. But violin, yeah, nobody else in my family played violin, but I just really liked the instrument. And they did have a string class in my elementary school, and I wanted to be a part of that. So,
Oh my God,
part
that's
of
so
the reason.
cute. I love that. So when you are writing songs, are you writing on the violin?
Yes, I mean, I also play piano, and my brother and I, like growing up, would always kind of like jam out and play music together and record music. And so I've always been familiar, at least a little bit, just like casually with like DAWs and like recording music. And yeah, so I'll sometimes write music on the piano and then sometimes record that and play violin over it. Or sometimes I'll add electronic stuff. I used Fruity Loops for a while, and I got really into just like making synthesizer sounds. And so every time I write a song, it's kind of like a different process. But then usually the violin is like the melody that I add to it, and that's just kind of like my style of music. Which, if anybody knows Joe Satriani, is a guitarist. It's like very similar to that kind of thing, but like for him, like guitar is the lead instrument, and for me, like violin is the main instrument.
Gotcha. I love that so much. Okay, so you sort of already answered half of this question, but elaborate a little bit. Like, who are some of your influences as songwriters and as violin players? And I don't know if they're some of the same or if they're different categories.
Yeah, and there's a lot. I do have some influences that are like bands, like Dave Matthews Band and stuff like that. But a lot of my influences are instrumental artists, because I'm an instrumental artist, and I would say a lot of them are like it's both classical violinists that I really like, and there are even people like Joshua Bell and Mark O'Connor who have like such a wide range of violin music that's not really just classical. Some of it's like new age and other stuff. And so I really like the violinists who do all these different kinds of genres. And I also really, I would say a lot of my influences are electric guitarists, because I'm really into rock music, and I really like playing fiddle in like a rock style. And I've been to so many concerts, like Joe Satriani, I'm a huge fan of. I went to, he does this thing where he plays with two other guitarists on stage, and they just basically like shred for an hour. And it's called G3. So I'm like, I'm really into electric guitarists also. Carlos Santana also, huge fan.
Yeah, cool. Jimmy says Sach is pretty heavy. So there you go. I love that. Chrysanthi Tan is a violinist, but she's also, they are also an incredible composer, but they've toured with Ariana Grande. So like totally the like classical background with the like rock pop, like total badassery to me. They're an amazing musician, and it might be someone to check out because they're kind of in all the worlds, right? It's a little tricky to kind of find your audience when you've come up from one genre and then I feel like bringing in that classical element into any pop rock, metal punk format is so cool, but it always, from musicians that I've talked with that are doing that kind of, it feels like a crossover, right? It's not like a staple of that genre, so to speak, So I think that's super cool that you're doing this. So when you're recording your stuff, what can we expect from you this year? Like what's going on for you in your music?
I started, my first releases were all like electronic plus violin and some piano. My first release ever was actually with like this DJ I know in Seattle who like normally records with rappers and like produces for rappers, and but he wanted to record something with me, and we did something instrumental, and that was my first release. So I would expect to do more of that, because that's kind of like my main genre that I do right now. But I'm also trying to go more and do some more like acoustic stuff. Like I've written some stuff that's just violin and piano. And I haven't released anything like that before, but I'm trying to like kind of branch out and do stuff like that also.
That is so cool. I'm so excited. So what are you going to play for us today?
This song is called Labyrinth. It's from my EP Labyrinth, which I came out with in 2020.
Awesome. Is there a story behind it? What's the title mean? Like where'd you extrapolate that from?
Yeah, so basically, like, this was my first collection of music I've released as like with my own name on it. Like, so this was like a basically like my first official EP release. I haven't released an album yet, and so I kind of like was trying to follow a theme, and so I came up with like a Greek theme, and so that's why the songs are like prologue, labyrinth, automaton, which is like it's, if you know Greek mythology, an automaton is like a robot that like it's a self-functioning robot thing. And then the last one's called Prometheus. So it all kind of follows the Greek theme, but it did all start with this song, which is Labyrinth, and I wrote the song, and oftentimes I'll write the song, and then later, you know, like I'll think of a name for it. Like sometimes it's hard to come up with the names for my songs, but in this particular case, it just felt like a mysterious kind of thing where I'm like going through a maze, and I felt like that was kind of like encompassing what my music journey was at the time. Also, like I was even trying to figure out what kind of genre I wanted to go and like what kind of music I wanted to do. And yeah, I guess I just thought of it as like navigating a maze, and that was just the word that came to me to call the song and call it Geese.
I love that. I love that. Well, I'm gonna pop off the screen, let you take over the screen, and we're gonna hear Labyrinth. But before we do, tell me where do you want to send people that are watching to kind of get obsessed with you and your music? What's the one site you want them to go to on the web? And I'm gonna type it into the chat box for the YouTube peeps.
Okay. Go.trevorowensmusic.com.
Go.trevorowensmusic.com. Is that it?
Yeah, go as in G-O, right?
Go.trevorowensmusic.com.
Yes.
All right, that's going into the YouTube chat box. Everyone can go obsess over you and this music. Love it.
That is how you sign up for my mailing list, but I also have a Facebook group. And by signing up, you get to be in my Facebook group, and that's where I do live streams and stuff. So
ooh, awesome!
That's where I try to direct everybody.
Very cool. All right, so we're gonna get to hear Labyrinth on the violin by Trevor Owens. I'm gonna pop off and give you the stage. Here we go. So cool. That was like looping and all that stuff. That is super cool. And yeah, the sound wasn't that great. I think you were going through your phone sound. Shanti says the sound is not coming through all the way very well for me, but I'd love to hear more clearly, right? Adventures in Strings. Love the layering. I'm always such a fan of layering. So very, very cool. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this super awesome track. I feel all the rhythm, and I totally get why you called it Labyrinth. What a great title. Weaving in and out, and you're kind of lost and you're found, and oof, super cool. So love that. Thank you so much. Jimmy says playing violin in tune like you do seems like some kind of sorcery. I love that. And Wojo says very cool track, which is awesome. So a lot of good vibes here. Everyone, Jimmy said that the site didn't work, but he did end up finding this. So I typed this in, trevorowensmusic.com/bio goes somewhere. So we can all go there. And Trevor just left. I think he by accident popped himself out, but that's totally fine because we were wrapping up for the day. We only had 2 people today, which is great. We have between 2 and 5 people. It's all good. So Jenna, thank you for performing. Trevor, thank you for performing. Everyone have a wonderful rest of your week, which is very short. Have a wonderful rest of your month, which is also very short. And have a wonderful weekend. Let's just start it early, shall we? All right. Bye all. Thanks so much, Trevor and Jenna. See you later.